So, see, information storage, as you all know, we are going to store some information, and where we have to retrieve back it again. Okay, so in order to retrieve back the information, we need certain techniques, certain algorithms for retrieving the information. So that is what we are going to discuss today. Okay. So let me first share the introduction screen, which I have already sent to you just a few minutes before. So just a second. Okay, so after briefly, we will just go through this one and we will start one technique which is very common, that is Boolean retrieval. How we are going to retrieve the information using Boolean retrieval. Okay, so I think you can see the screen here. So this is information storage and retrieval system. So what is information storage and retrieval system? So that we are going to study now. Here, information retrieval. So as I told you, we are going to retrieve the information which is already stored initially from a collection of resources. Okay, so information retrieval is the process of obtaining information system resources that are relevant to an information need from a collection of those resources. So that means we will be having a large collection of resources or informations. From the large collection of information, we will be retrieving what we need. That is, only the relevant information will be retrieved. Okay, so that is information retrieval. Now, here, uh, for in order to retrieve the information, many search engines can be used for information retrieval. So it is nothing but we are going to search some information from a document, or we are going to search some information in a document. So when we search the information, we are not going to search the whole document. We are going to search only the relevant document or relevant information. So here in this diagram, you can see a query is given. You have a large collection here, document collection. So from this document collection, if I want to search my information, I will be providing a query. So a temporary query will be provided, and according to the query, your results will be retrieved. Okay, that is basic information retrieval system. So now coming to information retrieval definition given in your textbook. So it is stated here, information retrieval is finding material. Okay, it's finding material, usually documents. It will be usually documents. So when we say information retrieval, our subject, we are going to deal normally with the text or documents. Okay, we can also retrieve images, we can also retrieve videos and other data, but normally in this subject we are going to focus on documents and texts. Okay, so it is given here, finding material, usually documents, okay, from an unstructured nature that satisfies an information need from within large collections of data. Okay, so item, what is item here? That means it is the smallest unit of the document, the smallest unit. So information retrieval, it can be used in many areas, in many fields, such as it can be used in colleges, it can be used in universities, and also other market sectors. Also, it can be used. It can also be used in public libraries, etc. Okay, so you have certain applications for information system. So information system Normally, information is nothing but data. Information is nothing but data. So, what is data? Data is nothing but it is a collection of raw facts or features. Okay, data means collection of raw facts or features. So, it is all about data. We are going to deal in this chapter or in this subject, information storage and retrieval is all about data. Okay, so how to describe an information and how to find an appropriate information resource. Okay, so initially you just see the left column for organizing the data. Initially we will organize the data and we will retrieve the data. Indexing can be done, storing can be done for describing the information. That means how to store the information. Okay, how to store the information. Storing of information can be done by organizing the information, by indexing the information, or by storing the information. And for retrieving the information, we have this retrieving action, we have accessing action, we have filtering action. So these are the retrieving techniques and these are the storing um, techniques. Okay, so information system. So what is the difference between information retrieval and database system? Information retrieval systems and database system. So that is given here in this part, differences from database system. So information retrieval system, they are not used with transactional updates. Okay, transactional updates, which normally you have concurrency control and recovery, data recovery and all, that is not included in information retrieval system. Whereas in database system, you can also have data recovery. Database system deals with structured data, whereas in information retrieval system, normally it will deal with unstructured data. Okay. And third point is information retrieval system. They have querying issues, and which these querying issues are not addressed by database systems, such as approximate searching by keywords or ranking of retrieved answers by estimated degree of relevance. So these two options are there in information retrieval system. Okay, ranking of retrieve answers. That means we will be providing some rank. So all these things we will understand once we solve one example, which we will be doing right now after this introduction. Okay, so unstructured data, I told you here, database system deals with structured data, whereas information retrieval system deals with unstructured data. So what is unstructured data? Unstructured data means which are not clear, the data which are not clear, or data which are not easy for a computer to understand. Okay, so that is unstructured data. So also we can define unstructured data as data that do not have predefined data model, or data which is not organized in a predefined manner. So you can see from the introduction note which I have given here. So unstructured data means in exam, in multiple choice, it can be asked what is unstructured data, giving some options. So unstructured data is nothing but this is the data which are not predefined, which do not have a predefined data model, or which are not organized properly. Okay, that is unstructured data. So you can see here one query is given for information retrieval. Okay, we are going to perform some, we are going to retrieve some information from a data source, from some resources. So using this query. So you can see the query here. Select star from hotels where city equal to Bangalore and price less than $20. Price less than $20. So here it says we are going to search the hotels in the city of Bangalore, and the price for the hotel, it should be less than $20. Okay. So if we give this query, then it will return some uh, data which is within this query. Okay, the answer or the result obtained here will be within this query. Okay, so the retrieved data you got here will be within this query. So you can check here Bangalore, and price is $15. So this is within this query. Okay, so my relevant information is the first one. Okay, the relevant information is the first one. So like this, we can have certain other queries also for retrieving our information. And now we will see what is a collection. So collection means nothing but there will be a frequent word which we use in this chapter called collection. So collection. Every time when we solve a problem, there will be this term collection. So collection is nothing but a set of documents. Okay, a set of documents. So our goal for information retrieval is nothing but to retrieve the documents with information that is relevant to user's need. So this is very important. Okay, what is the goal of information retrieval? So this can be asked in your exam. What is the goal of information retrieval? So you can say we are going to retrieve the documents with information that is relevant to the user's information need, and also it helps to complete a task. Okay, it helps the user to complete a task. So this is the goal for information retrieval. So now we need to understand the user. Understanding the user is very important because we need to find out what the user wants. Because when we retrieve, when we are going to retrieve some information, we need to understand the query first. In order to understand the query, we need to understand the user first. Okay, so what the user wants to retrieve, that is very important to initially identify it. So understanding the user. So suppose if you misunderstand the user and he wants to actually find something or he wants to retrieve something, and if you don't understand the user properly, then it will lead to retrieve you irrelevant information. Okay, irrelevant information will be retrieved, suppose if you don't understand the user properly. So that example, what that one example is given here, says in this example is, I am a hungry tourist in Barcelona and I want to find a place to eat. However, I don't want to spend a lot of money. So this is what the user wants. Okay. So suppose if you misunderstand the user, if you mistranslate this particular query, then it can give you different results. So that is what it is given here. Actually, the query is this one, or the statement the user said is this one. So misconception. If the concept is wrong, then it can lead to a result like this. I want information on places with cheap food in Barcelona. Okay, the actual statement was this one. I'm a hungry tourist in Barcelona and I want to find a place to eat. However, I don't want to spend a lot of money. But if your concept is wrong, misconception, then it gives the result like this. I want information on places with cheap food in Barcelona. And if this statement is again mistranslated, then the information retrieved can be like this. Information about bars in Barcelona. Okay, so if you represent this statement again wrongly, then misformulation. So Barcelona. So this is the final information retrieved. But the actual query or the actual statement given by the user is this one. I am a hungry tourist in Barcelona and I want to find a place to eat. However, I don't want to spend a lot of money. And the final result retrieved here is Barcelona. So this is the issue or this is the problem we face if we don't understand the user properly. Okay, so this will be overcome with certain techniques used here for information retrieval. Now, information retrieval versus information extraction. So information retrieval, already the definition we discussed here. Information retrieval is obtaining information that are relevant to an information need from a collection. Okay, that is information retrieval. And information retrieval, it can be based on a query, a person's query matching against a set of documents. Okay, against a set of documents, or automated information retrieval systems are used to reduce that has been called information overall. So automatic information retrieval also we can use. Otherwise, we can give a query which is matched against a set of documents to find our relevant document. Whereas in information extraction, it is automatically extracting structured information. Here is the difference. So this deals about unstructured data. Here it says about extracting structured information from unstructured or semi-structured machine readable documents. Okay, so automatically extracting structured information from unstructured, semi-structured, machine readable documents. Okay, so that means its ability to understand a person's information retrieval information or retrieval process, which is known as information extraction. So ability to understand a person's information retrieval process, so that is information extraction. Okay, whereas here in information retrieval, we are retrieving what the user wants by giving some query and retrieving the relevant information, searching from a large collection of resources. Okay. So patterns means example is given here. So what is the pattern? Pattern is like finding patterns, like example for information extraction. Okay, finding patterns like person works for organization. So we are going to find the persons who works for a particular organization, like this. So a person lives in location. So this is a query. So a person who lives in some location, particular location will be given. Okay. Uh, Precision and recall, this we will do in the next chapter. Okay, this will be there, calculation will be there. So precision means what fraction of the return results are relevant to the information need. What fraction of return results. So the information you retrieve, we are going to check how relevant it is to what the user wants. That means we are going to check the user's information, what he wants to retrieve, and your results. We are going to compare it, whether it matches 100% or it matches how much. That will be calculated. So all these calculations we will do in next chapter. And for recall, what fraction of the relevant document in the collection were returned by the system? Okay, so how much correctly your relevant documents are retrieved from the collection. That is called recall. Okay, so this is the example here. I will share you the collection algorithm. Boolean retrieval. This is the first technique we use for information retrieval. Boolean retrieval. Okay. So these things already I have just explained now. Information retrieval and describing information, and this one also have explained. So uh, up to this I have explained. Okay. Now you see Boolean retrieval. So Boolean here you have we have used the term as Boolean. Boolean is what? Boolean means binary. That means two numbers will be there. That means we have ones and zeros. One for true statement, zero for false statement. Okay, so Boolean expressions you all know, right? Boolean AND expression, OR expression, logic expressions, logical operators, all those things which you have already come across, we will be using here. Okay. So normally in Boolean, it represents two, which means binary. So a binary can be a zeros and ones, zeros and ones. True statements will be represented by one, false statements will be represented by zero. And we will have all those logic operators. Okay, Boolean expressions will be used, logical operators will be used, and OR operations will be there. Okay. So, Boolean retrieval model, it is an information retrieval method where it is based on Boolean logic and classical set theory. Okay, normally an operation, or operation, intersection operation, all those operations you will come across in this Boolean retrieval. So that comes under set theory. Okay, terms. Terms is one terminology we used for index units. They are normally words. For example, in this, my name is Tom. For example, my is a term. Name is a term. Is a term. Tom is a term. Okay, so each individual words are terms. Okay, information need, query, document. So, and these are some operators which we will be using. An index term is either present one. So if your term is present in the query, it will be represented by one. If your term is not present in the document, it will be represented by zero. And we can have AND operation, OR operation, not X. So AND operation indicates if the term must be contained, bought in X and Y. Okay, so the term, suppose X and Y are the documents D1 and D2. For example, D1 is represented for document 1, D2 is represented for document 2. So D1 and D2. So I'm going to find a term. For example, M. My name is Tom. We will just take the example. My name is Tom. Name. So name is a term, right? So we are going to check name is present in document D1, which is X represented by X here. And we are going to check name is present in document D2 Y, which is represented by Y here. Okay, so if name is present both in D1 and D2, that is document 1 and document 2, then it will be the operation will be X and Y. Okay. Or means either the term name is present in X or it is present in Y. It can be present in any of the documents and not X. That means the particular term is not present in document D1. Okay. So we will see the example. Information need. Interested to know about Everest and Nepal. This is the information need example. Information need means the information that we require. Okay. And query, Everest and Nepal. So this is the query. So this is giving just an example for representing a Boolean query. So the example comes here. So you just see the example of input collection. Input collection, input we will have certain documents. Doc 1, Doc 2, Doc 3, Doc 4, Doc 5. Document 1, Document 2, Document 3, Document 4 and Document 5. So each document will have some set of informations. Okay. So these are some information in document D1. These are some information in document D2. These are some information in document D3. These are some information in document D4. And these are some information in document D5. So we have some documents, informations are given in each document. Suppose from all these documents, I want to search some information. I want to retrieve some information. For example, you see the query here. I want to search advanced, this term, which is there in D4 actually, and structure, which is there in D4. I want to find, and not analysis. So analysis must not be there. Okay, so this one I want to find from this document. Since this we have only 5 documents here, we can easily check each document manually, right? For information retrieval type 1. Okay. So we can manually check each information given in the particular documents and we can find out. So advance and structure. Advance is there in D4, structure is there in D4. So this query will return D4. Like this, we can find manually. But in case if you have certain many number of large collection of documents, so how will you do? So in that case, we need this Boolean retrieval so that we can retrieve the information we want, or the relevant information can be retrieved using information Boolean retrieval. So example here. Okay, the query was what? The query was advance and structure and not analysis. Okay, not analysis. So we will first, the initial step is to construct a document incidence matrix. Term document incidence matrix. So this matrix will give you the Boolean representation of the document. So this is the document. This Boolean representation of the document is given here. So how? Let us see how. So I'm writing the terms here vertically and I'm writing the documents horizontally. Okay. So English. English is the first term, right? So English, I'm going to check if it is present in document D1. It is present in D1? Yes. So I'm representing 1 here. English is present in D1. So 1. Now coming to document 2. English is present in D2. English is present in D2. We are going to check here. No. English is present in D3. No. English is present in D4. No. English is present in D5. No. So 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. So this is the initial step for Boolean retrieval. So all the terms will be represented in Boolean representation. Okay. So like this, you have to find for all the terms. You have to find for tutorial, you have to find for and, you have to find for fast, you have to find for track. Similarly, you have to find for learning. Learning is there in D1? No. So, learning is there in D1